Hi, I'm Erin. Yeah, 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 yeah.
City, here I come. Well, they got a crazy little women there. I'm gonna have me some. Well, I might take a plane, I might take a train, but if I had to walk, I gonna just the same. I go to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got a crazy.
Good morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, yeah. All right. What we're gonna do is watch some Tudors. I am a big fan. This is not the series that I'm talking about. I found Chronicle medieval history documentaries. There's tons of stuff that I'm a big I can't wait. I can't wait to learn a lot more about reality of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn relationship, lovers who changed history. Okay, so it makes me feel a little bit of a Romeo and Juliet romantic. It's not obviously the same. The ending is not the same, but I really love poetry and just romance, and I don't normally gush about things like that, but I'm starting to feel more and all that. There will be the ish show at the end. So let's do this first, and I'll tell you a little bit about me. Real quick, I've been doing first reactions of music for years, so I wanted to do some other things that I'm very fascinated by. Let's go. Please like, please subscribe. These will be parts. This is an hour and a half session, so I'm going to do probably 3 parts. And please like and subscribe so that I know that you're interested or not. So there will be music and different things that I'm very passionate. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Let's go. It was 105 degrees yesterday, up to 110 in Kansas City, Missouri, y'all. It was brutal.
This channel is part of the History Hit Network.
Oh, I knew I was close.
Anne Boleyn, the wife of Henry VIII, awoke in the royal apartments at the Tower of London. Her ladies-in-waiting made their final preparations. Anne left her chambers at a little before 8 o'clock to face her destiny. Awaiting her at the end of this short journey was an expert executioner, famed for his skills with a razor-sharp blade. He just arrived from France, summoned by the king as a last-minute act of mercy for a wife for whom he had risked everything, but whom he ultimately believed had betrayed him. The lives of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn have been cloaked in historical myth, romantic legend, cliches and half-truths.
Henceforth my heart shall be dedicated to you alone.
Charismatic poetry. Oh, you get sucked into that kind of love. Oh my goodness. Twitter patient. Oh, by the way, I have seen the movie The Other Boleyn Girl, and I've always there's something about me. I would never want to live in medieval time, but I'm very fascinated by that era. and Eric Bana, whatever, the person that is Henry VIII in that movie. We have Natalie Portman, love, and Scarlett Johansson, and several different actors and actresses. So I have seen it. By the way, you do need to know, out of respect, the novel by Philippia Gregory, and I do have the series. I think it's 5 or 6 books, but I haven't found it, and I still haven't unboxed it. So let me go ahead and go back here. Hit it back there.
Their turbulent relationship continues to spark fierce debate.
I'm entirely innocent of all these accusations.
Are we retracing the footsteps of this extraordinary couple? Piecing together the fragments of evidence that have survived.
Wow, yeah, I'm thirsty for all this. They're gonna show places and documents. I can't wait. Plus, I'm new to this, doing longer reactions. I'm a little rusty due to health issues and such. So if I'm a little rusty and new to this, please be patient with me.
To discover what brought Henry and Anne together and what ultimately tore them apart.
We all know how this tragedy plays out, but how well do we know its leading characters? This is the story of Henry and Anne.
Oh my goodness.
My journey begins in the Kent countryside, in search of Anne Boleyn.
I don't had a past life.
Her symbol was a falcon, used to extol her purity, her chastity, and her grace. There's a popular myth that Anne was from lowly origins, that she was a bit of an upstart, but that's far from the truth.
The movie it's not nearly the same.
This is Hever Castle, the seat of the Boleyns. Anne Boleyn's childhood home, where she spent many formative years. Here her parents, Thomas and Elizabeth, brought up the three children who made it to adulthood. The eldest was Mary, who fleetingly later would be a mistress to Henry VIII. Probably the youngest was George, who was a great companion to Anne, and a bright young girl who would one day be queen.
Sorry, I'm
Her father, Thomas Boleyn, was a member of the King's Council and Henry VIII's ambassador to France. Anne was well educated and from a wealthy, privileged family. The story goes that she was a free spirit, someone who was sparky, intelligent, and fun-loving. But this is based as much on rumour and speculation as any hard evidence.
It's so hard to get a sense of the real Anne Boleyn. We have a few letters, but we don't have any diaries. We don't really have any of the sort of things that we need to get a grasp on what she was really like. And yet, when you come to a place like this, where she actually lived, one has this incredible sense that the veil between past and present has grown thin, and only time and not space separates us from Anne.
Fortunately, a few telling pieces of evidence have survived, which give us a rare glimpse into her character. This is one of the few surviving possessions of Anne at Hever. It's a book of hours. It's a beautifully illustrated and illuminated manuscript book of prayers and devotions, and these things were immensely popular in Europe at the time. And what's really exciting about it is that Anne held it. There's something of a real thrill to be touching it. It was probably one of her most treasured possessions. What this reminds us is the importance of faith at this time. It literally determined people's hours. Religion marked out their days. We often have an idea of Anne in our heads that's of her being ambitious and worldly and perhaps something of a vixen. And yet, this is one of her few belongings that we know and can identify. It reminds us that Anne is pious and
See, like that's fascinating. Touching possessions that were from the 1500s. Wow. Very religion big deal at that time.
religious. But what's even more thrilling about it is that Anne herself wrote in it.
History Hit is like Netflix, just for history fans, with exclusive history documentaries covering some of the most famous people and events in history, just for you. With familiar faces such as Dan Jones and Dr. Eleanor Yanega, we've got hundreds of documentaries covering the greatest figures and events of medieval history.
Shout
We're
out
committed to bringing history fans award-winning documentaries and podcasts that you cannot find anywhere else. Sign up now for a free trial, and Chronicle fans get 50% off their first 3 months. Just be sure to use the code CHRONICLE at checkout.
It's an inscription in French, and it says, Le temps viendra, je am Berlin. The time will come, I am Berlin. The time will come, I am Berlin. Now, we don't know when she wrote this. We don't know exactly what she meant by it, but it seems immensely prophetic and powerful. It's on a page where there's a picture of Christ being raised above the earth, and then there are these little heads at the bottom that look like people coming up out of the grave. So perhaps this refers to the Day of Judgment. Many people in the 16th century thought that they were living in the end times, the last days before the second coming of Christ.
Wow, that's been going on forever. A lot of people are saying that it is definitely end times right now. Prophecies. Interesting.
But perhaps there's a more earthly explanation. I wonder if Anne thought that she was destined for greatness. Even if she was ambitious, Anne could never have imagined that her destiny would lie with the most powerful man in the land, a married man.
Amen.
The king.
And being as religious. Wow.
We all think we know Henry VIII, but actually what we conjure up is Henry in the last decade of his life when he was obese and savage and ruthless and cruel. But he wasn't always like that. In fact, when he first came to the throne for the first 20 or so years of his reign, he was noted, first of all, for being really good looking. He had auburn hair, he was very tall, he was 6'2" when the average height was 5'7.5". And he was so good at sport that everyone commented on it. He surpassed all the archers of his guard. He was a fine jouster, a capital horseman. To see him play tennis, one Venetian ambassador commented, was the prettiest thing in the world. That Venetian ambassador also said, perhaps he had a crush, that he had a round face so very beautiful that it would become a pretty woman.
Okay.
But the thing that was most surprising to me, coming across this young Henry, was that he was also well loved. He was considered to be kind. The ambassador said that he was affable and gracious, a man who harmed no one. Erasmus said that he was a man of gentle friendship and gentle in debate. He acts more like a companion than a king. Henry was evidently very charismatic. When he spoke to you, it was like the sun was shining.
As a king and a man, he seemed to have few flaws. but Henry would become tormented by his failure to perform the most basic, yet most important task of any monarch. It would put him on a collision course with Anne, and together they would change England forever.
All right, we're gonna pause on that. There's a lot more left on here. I just wanted to see if you're interested for more history and chill with me. I'm friend zone. You know what I mean? I'm cool to hang out with. Um, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give a like on Chronicle Medieval History Documentary channel, and I've already hit the bell, and I hope we have good times together learning some more history. All right. That's a good way to stop this. And now let's talk a little bit into this. And it kind of goes in a segue with what happened with Henry VIII and little things about myself. Uh, Especially men think the farts are just hilarious at all times. All right, so Henry VIII and I have a little thing in common. He got injured, and what happens with that? You gain weight. You can't like they just said about even little simple facts and such. December 19, 2010, I went in for a routine back surgery for the L4, L5 fusion, and the immediate cut almost killed me. They nicked a vena cava. I was bleeding to death and stroked out during that. So my cognitive was extremely effective, and it still is, but I basically I have aphasia. So sometimes you have like it's like a code. It'll flip words in your brain, in your mind. It seems perfect, but then when it comes out, it messes up your speech. I had to do occupational, so basically I had to relearn how to walk, all these things. Are you in here? What do you do? Oh, she a little nappy right now. Hi, honey. That's Ava May. So they said I would never mature up to like 14 is what they said after the stroke, that my maturity is um like a 14-year-old. But even during this, I've been reacting for 5 years, and I'm doing the damn thing, and it takes me longer, but what are you doing, honey? You're distracting me. She's yeah, gone with looking like Walk of the Dead. Okay, sorry, that kind of distracted me because she's humongous. So I got, after a while, I went through the therapies and such, and my motivation was my son, and helped me relearn how to walk. The team was like, doing Aaron, you know what I mean? Gavin wants you to walk and such. So motivation, but it does make you I'm a lot better, but I will always be affected. And sometimes you might hear me messing up words or reading. I have a very hard time. I also have short-term memory and the aphasia. It's like 50, what is it? 50 first dates. Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. I can't even watch that movie anymore. It broke me because it feels so weird. There's a period of time that you don't remember, and but they said I'd plateau, and I'm really happy how everything went. We can't go out right now. Come here. Poor babies. It was 105, 110 yesterday, and they weren't able to go. Goodness, the snow abominable from from reindeer. Um, so at the moment, I am working on reading again. The main thing that I worked on the most was about typing because I knew it'd be the most important. So it'll get faster. I even read out loud most of the time on my own so that I could get used to it. And at the moment, I do have a lot going on with my health, and I've got a lot more clarity, but my body, it's like death becomes her. I'm just falling apart. But I've had 16 beautiful extra all that time to see my son grow and such. They have found a tumor in my adrenal gland and I'm diabetic. So they were checking all the functions and such. So I'm not saying that I have cancer. Just I'm praying that it's not. Hopefully it's not cancerous. I've had a few pre-cancer nodules and such recent. So and there's a lot of cancer and diabetic ish in my family tree, both sides. So, but I am extremely fortunate and I love what I do, y'all. Like, by the time I also have a tear on my shoulder, arthritis in my neck, degenerative disc on my neck, and two under there. I'm doing an MRI today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I will keep you posted. Um, I don't take time for granted, y'all, but I feel a little bit. He was jovial, Henry VIII, and he was just blessed and was very happy. And I think when I heard that he fell off a horse and it caused a lot of rotten, like his leg was a little bit rotten, and but I will know if all that is true later on in this video. Thank you for your time, and time is very precious. Please comment. We are a family. My real family was dysfunctional like a lot of parents. And I just want a family vibe, not a Manson family kind of a family, but love, harmony, peace, love each other, love yourself. Take care. Bye bye, bye bye. Yeah, yeah, yeah.